Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do the review of the wallet on chain Chanel in black caviar leather with gold hardware. For the occasion, I'm wearing Bernhard Wilhelm from 2009 or 10 from his like dancing collection. So I have this kind of like Russian styled, let's say, shirt. Let's push the chair away so you could see it a bit more. This is how it looks like. It's very fluffy, and the sleeves are very interestingly tailored. So it's kind of a complicated construction, but it's actually not that complicated. It's pretty simple once you have it on. I have my t-shirt underneath because I don't want to, I don't know, maybe I should have taken the t-shirt off, just had this thing on. It's also complicated. Let's just push it down. It's all good. There. All right, whatever. So anyway, this is what we're talking about. The Chanel wallet on chain comes in this pouch. What is really interesting to know is that Chanel kind of upped their game a little bit as far as boxes goes and everything. So it comes in this type of box. The newer boxes they feel a little bit like rubberized. They have like a coating that is kind of nice and opaque. And then the inside of the box is also very matte or opaque. And you get your little care booklet with it. And for reference, I kept these little cards. This is interesting. You get 6 of these, and they fill the slots within the wallet on chain. And they're like a glossy black on one side. And see how glossy they are. And just regular white on the other, and then you have another little paper filler for the WOC to protect it. So that's all you get as far as like paper packaging goes and wrapping. Then they up their game as well for the pouches. There have been for many years issues with pouches. The WOC or the wallet on chain had no pouch. It had no protective sleeve. People always had to ask the Chanel sales assistants or reps to give them, you know, just like a cottony pouch that could be, you know, for shoes or anything. But now the wallet on chain has its own with this kind of velvety touch, and then on the inside it's cotton. So it looks like this. It's black on black, and then you take the wallet on chain out, and then again on more protection layers you have the felt little bit to protect the front, which is very handy if you have lambskin wallet on chains. This is a caviar leather, so it's much more robust and resistant, but still, whenever I store it with this little bit. So be sure, if you purchase your Chanel wallet on chain, that they give you all of these little pieces that I'm showing you now. And then you also get a little glove in microfiber like this to clean and protect both your hardware and your leather. Chanel says, you know, just use 1 per piece, which means if you start using this for your wallet on chain, do not use it for your other bags or other leather goods. So you could clean it like that, wipe it. You could also polish your gold hardware like that, or here like that. So this is really a handy little piece to have. And now we get to the wallet on chain. As you can see, the zipper up here, that's the problem all wallet on chains have, and all, you know, also double flap bags by Chanel that have the secret pocket on the inside. It has this little zipper bit here in metal that dents into the wallet on chain here, which as far as caviar leather goes is fine because it doesn't cut through the leather. Lambskin is a bit more of a problem. It could literally scratch it. This is just a pressure point on caviar leather. What is a pressure point on caviar leather can often result in scratches on lambskin leather, so that's a bit tricky. This type of closure on wallet on chain and this type of quilting and matelassé padding of the bag also means that your wallet on chain is going to have a pocket in the back with the Mona Lisa smile. Be very sure whenever you buy your wallet on chain that all of the lines and stitchings are aligned, so that if the line begins here, it goes straight through there and down there, as well as the cross section. That is very important. Of course, this pocket, you could use it. I said in a video before, you know, I do prefer them less puffy. this to me is more elegant as far as the wallet on chains goes. So I opted for the Made in France wallet on chain. The Made in France wallet on chain is more sleek, is less puffy, which also means that my back pocket is much more accessible and flexible. And I could store tickets in here or stuff without having any worry that it would depuff or that it would stress or open up too much and not be flat anymore. So this is a very good, this is one of the really cool reasons why I like them a bit flatter. The gold hardware is quite resistant. There's a little clip thing here that clips down there. This says Chanel Paris on it, and of course it's really hard to see that. Let me... Now it will be able. Now we'll be able to see it. Or not. But anyway, it says Paris Chanel. And now it doesn't want to take it away. Okay, whatever. So that is... Now, what I think is really interesting about the leather inside, this little slit of leather through which your chain goes through, and you could actually... See, you can move it. Very practical. Is done pretty well. And it's done well because, well, I mean, personally, I would have preferred it to be a bit longer, maybe up to here and up to there. But that's just a technical thing that I would have preferred. What I like about it is that the leather used here, it wasn't just cut off here and left loose. This bit of leather has actually is much longer, and then it's been inverted, like it's been bent, so that the leather keeps going on the inside, which means it doesn't end here. It's bent and it goes inside again, which makes this leather finish here extremely durable, which is very, very good. Same applies for all borders and ends. You see the leather here is not just cut off, it's bent on the inside, and so is the upper layer. So you could see that what they do here on the entire bag is the two leather pieces that end, they don't end like that, but they end like that, bent inwards, which is very, very good. The only place where that is not the case is on this pocket here, where the leather actually is just cut and left cut. And you can hear what it does. And that's not so cool, so you have to be very careful there. You have to protect your leather there because that's an open end. It's bleeding there. But it's fine because, I mean, mostly this part just lays flat on your WOC there. So that's fine, nothing happens there. You know, if you're a bit careful with how you handle your zipper opening and closing it, it should be fine. You should have no problems with it. The back side has this beautiful burgundy cloth on the inside, material, and the pocket goes all the way down to here. Like all the way down to the back. So this is a real secret compartment, and I keep my my authenticity card in there. Very practical. I mean, who knows what else I'm going to put in here in the future, but for now, that's what's in there. The zipper, this zipper here is plastic. It's not metal. I guess I'm fine with it, probably because this is softer on the leather than metal would be. Not so sure though. We have another zipper here, also with metal and caviar leather strap to pull on, and it's also plastic. The zipper here. And there you go. You open it, and again we have the beautiful burgundy interior, also in fabric, and we have a leather background, and in my case it's a Made in France wallet on chain, and this is a actual leather wall or layer, and then you have your 6 credit card compartments or card compartments, and a bigger space here that you see, it's like a harmonica or something. It just expands and detracts, extracts, detracts, And you have your last pocket here in the front. This pocket is an important one. It is the only one that has that it on one side carries black interior fabric, not burgundy. There it is, it's black, and it carries your authenticity stamp, which is down here, but we're not going to show the entire number. There it is. So that's an important place to kind of keep, aware of and not put really big, long things that might scratch the sticker off. So you want to keep that sticker intact right over there. As far as this little baby goes, I'm kind of delicate with it because this leather here is more loose. So what you have on this side, you have your double C, which is attached to the upper layer of leather. You see you have two layers here, 1 and 2. And then you have the inside clip, which is right behind the double C. This one is attached to this caviar leather layer here. And it's very delicate because, you see, you could pull the leather there. It's very soft leather, so you could pull it. And I would be very careful to not overfill the WOC, because the fuller it gets, the more you open it up, and the more your flap here, expands and does this. And the more this happens, and the more there's a pull on your little gold clip thing here, so the more it kind of like wants to go upwards. So you might stress the leather here. You might, expand it too much, which is not good. So be very careful, in general, don't ever overfill your bags. No matter what bag it is, don't overfill it. But be especially careful with the wallet on chain, especially because, first of all, it loses its elegance if it's overly stuffed, obviously. But second, you just want to keep it alive for much longer. What I've heard Farah say, FMFE1, really interesting in her WOC review. You should check that out, by the way. And I totally agree with her that if it's too heavy and overstuffed, another problem that can incur or occur is that the weight of the WOC is much heavier. Hence, the weight on this chain is heavier. Hence, you could kind of end up bending your here, the sides that end there because of the weight. So you might end up stressing this part too much. That is definitely a risk. So that's another one of the reasons why I would suggest not to overstuff your wallet on chain. It's there to carry your essentials. It's not there to carry everything you have. It's not a bag. It's a wallet on a chain. So it's a really nifty kind of little object that can carry important things like a passport, an ID card, driver's license, papers, cards, of course, money. But, it's not something that should carry your diary, your agenda, your glasses. It can. Of course it can. And it should if you really wanted to. But it's supposed to be kind of a more dainty type of object that is practical in a way, but not over full and overstuffed. And we also, if you're going to have an object like this, we might as well just have it in an elegant way. You don't even need to overstuff it, right? Otherwise, there's other options, other solutions out there. But if I were to put some stuff in it, let me just stuff it with these felts and papers and things, just here with its pouch. I'm going to put its pouch inside. So let's just see how it looks when it's a bit more stuffed. That's as far as I would go. You could stuff it even more to make this completely flat and straight. But I would not go more than this. And this is already pushing it a little. You see, there's more stuff on this side than on this side, and it already kind of reacts to that. Plus you have your zipper here, which also lifts the flap a bit more. And so when we wear it, it's kind of hard to see it on me, but yeah, there you go. That's how it would look on this type of attire, which is a very medieval attire if you want. I love to wear it as a necklace, just like that. Of course, it's pretty long. This chain is pretty long. We're gonna get to the size in a second. Let's see what the actual exact size is. I should have done my homework on time for this, but I totally forgot. I always forget the size. The size is like never really something that I immediately, it's not like the first thing I go for when it comes to chains, lengths and stuff, because I just think it's, I don't know. I mean, we need to know the size, of course we do, but at the same time the size complicates it a little bit, because then if we get too fixated on the size and our own height, and then we start thinking, oh no, that might not work for my size, for my height, we might get too confused, and I don't know, I would not suggest anybody to get too confused about the sizes before you actually try the things out. Before you try to wear them. Let me see if I can find it. The length. There it is. So as far as the length goes, we have in centimeters 19.2 centimeters here in length. 19.2 centimeters or 7.6 inches. The height, which is here, or there, from there to there, is 12.3 centimeters or 4.8 inches. Then the width opens up to 3.5 centimeters there, or 1.4 inches. They call this long chain. It is a pretty long chain, that's true. And, you know, I don't double it or triple it or anything. I literally wear it as it was intended by Chanel, just like that. Or, you know, crossbody like this. But of course, for smaller people, you have seen it in other reviews, you could literally, you know, you could do this and then you close it and then it becomes shorter. Now you see it hits me right there, not so much lower. It's still good for crossbody. It's actually not that bad, but I don't like to do this because it stresses this leather here, because it kind of pulls on both sides. And by pulling, it stresses the ends there, and I'm not very happy with that. Other option you could use, I mean, you could play around with it, you know, to each his own. You could literally do this as well, which is almost crazy to do, but it's doable. There you go. You have it like that, and you could just wear it with your little bracelet, wristlet, whatever you want to call it. Then you could, of course, fix these to be, let me do this properly so you can see. I mean, it's fine if you want to play with your WOC, but if you have just like one of them and you really want to keep them beautiful and healthy for a long time, then you probably wouldn't want to stress it too much. So here, if you want your chains to be perfectly aligned, you could do that. So they're like this. And then you have this as well. So you could do that. I'm sure somebody might like to wear it this way. So that's another option. And it's an option I haven't seen very often on YouTube, so maybe that's a new thing for you guys. Maybe somebody out there wants to wear it like that. You could, of course, you know, double it twice and get this sort of thing out of it. I wouldn't suggest that either. However, what I do like to do sometimes, but this only, you don't want to stress this leather. Now this leather here is not bent to be more protected. It's literally cut. It's cut on both sides, which means it's open on both sides, which means it's not that robust. You have to be careful with it. But what is interesting, you could definitely, what I like to do is, you could just create a beautiful pattern. You could create like your own, your own little Chanel bracelet with your WOC. That's kind of cool, I guess, if you like something like this. And then you could, it's hard to take it off, obviously, but it's just beautiful to see. You could just walk from your car to the event or whatever you need to do, or back from the event to the car, being your fabulous self with your 2 for the price of 1. You got your wallet on chain, but you also got your Chanel bracelet thanks to the wallet on chain. And that's kind of a cool concept too, And you could just literally wear it like that, which I think is kind of fun. You could turn it around and, just hold it like this and have your bracelet there as well, which is fun, definitely. Or something I do is, this I don't do because it's too complicated to take it off. As you can see, I literally just grab my wallet on chain and do, a couple of, I would just take it like that and have just let a little bit of gold hang on the side and just wear it like that. Because I like when chains hang, they're supposed to be there to hang, and you can just take it like that. Or just like this. I like when things are just hanging and loose and just like, just got out of bed like this, whatever, didn't really just bother. But yeah, at the end of the day, I like a long chain, and I like that it hangs, and I like that it's just like really dangly and just there, big as it is, or even like this. Yeah, I mean, I have the other, the Timeless Classic small double flap in caviar leather with black hardware. It has a pretty short chain, and I carry it crossbody, and it lands here, and I love that. It looks great. It looks like a fanny pack transformed, because fanny packs that I usually wear here, you could wear them like that and then they stand here. I love that a lot about that bag. With this one, it would be really cool to have it here too, but in order to have it at this height, you have to double the chain around here, and as I said before, I don't really like doing that, so that's an option for you guys. I hope you liked this review. I hope it offered some more kind of versions and alternatives to how to wear your wallet on chain. It's fun to discover new ways to wear it, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a playful little object, Of course, we all know it's a luxury good, and we all know it's, from Chanel, and Chanel is pushing up prices once a year. So you also have to it's not that easy to get them. And once you get them, you want to take care of them, and you don't want to really just push them too much or stress the leather in any way. But there are options to playing with this object without stressing the leather too much. And just enjoy them. I mean, of course, I also take extra care about everything, especially when it's new. But you have to wear them, you have to use them, you have to play with them, because that's why you kind of worked your ass off to purchase them, because you want to enjoy them. And so you should, have fun in life. It's too short to not have fun anyway. Last thing, let's measure the length of the chain when it's just regular, not doubled or tripled or anything. So just the drop down of the chain, like from here, so I'm just letting it hang, to where it touches the bag here is around 63 centimeters. There. That's how long it is. So it's a long chain, as the Chanel website states. And you could, of course, also, which I would never do. I don't even understand why it's an option to some people, because, it occupies too much space. Last but not least, you put your chain inside. We've seen that 1,000 times before. You put it in here, and then you close it. Now, by doing so, you get this so-called little pochette or wallet, literally, because now it's a wallet. But the chain inside occupies so much space. I don't understand how people do that, because then I have nothing to, I can't put anything inside anymore, because either I'm afraid that the chain is going to scratch my stuff, or I'm afraid that the stuff I put in here is going to kind of damage the leather on the chain. So I never play with this option. I never use this option ever. So only for storage purposes. But in that case, I put the chain in this, and it's little Chanel inside of the glove, because that way the chain, the metal or the leather, doesn't damage the interior, doesn't damage this burgundy fabric material, or the opposite side, which is this leather bit, because I don't want that to scratch either, obviously. So there you go. I hope you like this review. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Leave me comments in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like to see more. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Love you. Bye.